How do you feel about building a playhouse?
It's no secret celebrities live extravagant lives.
Your own little private home amongst your home.
And their kids are no different.
What?
From mega birth bashes that cost more than a down payment on a house, to luxurious gifts and trips that have us wishing we could live life as the offspring of the rich and famous.
Because you obviously don't get it.
Here are some famous people who can't seem to control their kids or their spending.
That's weird.
Number 1. Kylie Jenner and Stormi Webster receive matching diamond rings from Travis Scott, and they're mahoosive. Here's a ring that definitely didn't come from a vending machine. For some, spending approximately $120,000 on one ring for a toddler sounds out of control. But for Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott, nothing is too grand for their mini-me. The stunning You and Me style bling had Kylie's sister Khloe commenting, "No, he did not," on Kylie's Insta post of the diamonds. He sure did, Khloe. And why, might you ask? Just because. Kylie didn't share the occasion behind the extravagant gifts. But would any occasion ever do those diamonds justice? Now that Stormi isn't an only child anymore, we can only imagine what the budget for gifts will be for too many moguls in the making. Matter of fact, if they're looking to adopt one more, I volunteer as tribute. Number 2. Listen, I'ma live my childhood dreams through my kids. Cardi B says she doesn't care what anyone says. She'll keep buying her daughter Kulture $8,000 Birkins because she likes it like that. But what is too much for Kulture Kiari? Nothing, according to her mom. Gifting her a $150,000 baby charm necklace was just the icing on the cake of her extravagant third birthday bash. The new mom of 2 has no problem spoiling her kids with what she wished for growing up, from pools to lavish birthday parties with grand entrances, and even different flavored cereals on tap. Honestly, that sounds like heaven. Number 3. Who remembers when Jeffree Star and Mason Disick, yes, Kourtney Kardashian's son, had internet beef? Mason Disick has no problem talking back to adults. But let's face it, there's no controlling an opinionated preteen.
Jeffree Star's like spoiled AF.
Though this wasn't so much a talkback, more of a 12-year-old's honesty during a TikTok live when a fan asked him who his favorite beauty YouTuber was. Now, we have to add he did call beauty guru Jeffree Star spoiled on an account his parents didn't know was public, and soon deleted. Which was similar to what happened to his Instagram account once Kourtney and the rest of the world caught wind of it. She deleted that too. Of course, Star responded, calling out the 12-year-old and his aunt Kylie Jenner for also being spoiled. Seems like it's not just his opinions Kourtney and Scott can't control. Hey, it's hard controlling adults on social media, let alone a 12-year-old. Reign Disick's cursing and twerking steals the show in this Kardashian Barker family TikTok. In true youngest of the family fashion, Reign takes the control for out-of-control mouths among the Disick children when his mom caught him swearing and twerking on camera. In the since-deleted video, the blended family participated in a TikTok challenge where they described a person and then passed the phone to them. Well, when Kourtney described Reign as the person in the family who talks a lot, he decided to take that opportunity to showcase his words of the day and threw in some dance moves for some showmanship. Fans called out Kourtney for the cursing, but kids say the darndest things sometimes. Number 5. Blue Ivy telling her parents to stop clapping for Camilla is how I know we would be friends. How could we forget the moment Blue let the world and her parents know who was in charge? Like, who cares if your parents are Beyonce and Jay-Z? If they're clapping too loud, you need to control the noise. Grandma isn't off limits either. In a recent birthday post shared by Tina Lawson, she described how Blue calls her out for her Capricorn tendencies and grown-up advice. When you're the youngest member in your family to win a Grammy, you kind of earn the right to tell them to quiet down and turn your trophy into a sippy cup too while we're wearing a plastic crown that costs more than $500,000. Plus, let's face it, the Carters have more than enough Grammys between them to spare one as a cup. Number 6. Angelina Jolie reveals that her kids are rebellious, and she likes it. In her most recent People's Magazine cover issue, Angelina Jolie said she's only there to support her children's growth and their different personalities. With kids of diverse backgrounds, she feels blessed to be their mother and encourages their rebellious spirits, calling it a fire inside them. But according to some neighbors' reports, things can get pretty noisy in the Jolie house. From shouting to music and just overall noise, neighbors have complained about the ruckus. But that doesn't seem to faze Jolie as she encourages her kids to be their own people. With all their diverse personalities, it's not hard to imagine, especially with 6 teenagers under one roof. Number 7. Kim Kardashian shares chaotic snap of daughter Northwest and niece Penelope Disick on the verge of a tantrum. A picture can say 1,000 words, and we can hear all of them in this one. Kim captioned this photo on Instagram 2020 as a photo, which sums things up for a lot of us. But suddenly lockdowns didn't look so glamorous for the serial entrepreneur who managed to sneak away to a private island just to get away with close friends and family. Kids will be kids, and so will their tantrums and meltdowns. The picture also perfectly sums up the cousins' personalities, and boy are they big ones. Just take a look at their parent, singular, approved TikTok account. Sorry, Kanye. North and Penelope are definitely the main characters of the family, and they have no problem showing it.
This isn't keeping up with the Kardashians, this is keeping up with the kids.
Number 8. Say what? Fast and Furious actor Tyrese Gibson buys his daughter an island for Christmas. Yep. When she was 8, Tyrese's daughter Shayla was the owner of real estate we used to play icebreakers. 3 books, anyone? For the rest of us, gifting an 8-year-old a private island feels like an impossible bar to reach. But for Tyrese, no bar is too high for his baby girl. It's not clear exactly how much or where the island is located, but what Tyrese is willing to share is the name: Love Island. No, not the reality dating show, the actual island. The moral of this story: if money can't buy you love, buy an island and name it Love instead. Number 9. Why did Jaden Smith ask to be separated from his father, Will Smith? Well, his starring role in the post-apocalyptic movie After Earth fell flat amongst critics and his dad. Yeah, even Will admits the movie was a mistake.
My worst nightmare.
Calling it a critical and abysmal failure. Yikes, not a great review considered Will was the one that encouraged Jaden to be part of the movie to begin with. That's where things get interesting. In his recent memoir, self-titled Will Smith revealed the moment 15-year-old Jaden asked to be emancipated from him and granted the freedom to make his own career choices going forward, and how crushed he felt. He wanted it in legal writing that his parent couldn't control him, but he ended up changing his mind later. Number 10. Kourtney Kardashian lost her nanny after an incident with her and Scott Disick's daughter, Penelope. One thing about Kourtney is she is definitely taking the gentle parenting approach.
Keep your voice down. She's lying.
Even if most of her family doesn't agree with how she handles her daughter's face-scratching outbursts, so much so that she got into a heated argument with her mom's partner, Corey Gamble, over it. Kourtney takes a strong stance against any form of physical discipline and struggles to find other methods to control Penelope's blackouts, as Kourtney describes them.
She will not ever be around my kids. Kourtney, you can't even keep a nanny.
Number 11. When you give them everything, they only want more. Boujee and unruly, he said what he said. It's basically every parent's rite of passage to acknowledge the privilege their kids have. But as Ye said, now it's time to do some chores. We wonder what chores his kids could possibly do. Considering each one of them has their own nanny, at least we know Kim can keep a nanny. But at the end of the day, who is really to blame for these bougie kids? Number 12. I guesstimate Stormi's birthday party cost about $2 million. It's Stormi Webster's world. We're just living in it. $2 million is an estimate, but we can say for sure the giant Stormi heads must have cost a pretty penny, since the whole party cost a whopping $100,000. A blinged out ring is just a step when it compares to Stormi's first birthday extravaganza. It's hard not to be bougie when your parents' friend is DJ Khaled and gives you a Chanel bag. After all, Kylie did say herself she had to go all out for her baby. No price is too high for a Kar-Jenner birthday bash. Number 13. Remember when Blue Ivy got into $20K art bidding war with Tyler Perry? We already know Blue runs the Carter household. At just 6 years old, bidding up to $19,000 was just a regular Saturday night out with her parents at her grandma's 2018 wearable art gala. Luckily, Dad, Jay-Z, stepped in before she took things too far. And Tyler Perry, who wasn't going to be outbid by a 6-year-old, won the painting of Sidney Poitier for $20,000. But you already know, Blue couldn't go home empty-handed. This painting only cost her $10,000 though. Number 14. Farrah Abraham called bad mom over 12-year-old's crop top dyed hair. Crop tops and dyed hair aren't the only reasons Farrah has received mom shaming for her parenting tactics with her 13-year-old daughter Sophia. But she doesn't care and feels kids can express themselves. She also was recently called out for Sophia's decked-out homeschooling locker stocked with cash, shoes, perfume, and a purse, with fans calling it materialistic. But once again, that didn't ruffle Farrah's feathers because, for Sophia's 13th birthday, her mom gifted her a septum piercing. Out of control or just a teenager expressing herself? Number 15. Suri Cruise's $100,000 treehouse has a security system. When it comes to fancy playhouses, Suri Cruise may take the cake for starting the trend. With a treehouse that's reported to cost $100,000 coming fully equipped with built-in security, to a playhouse that has running water, electricity, and a sun porch, Suri Cruise has been living large since before she could walk. What else could we expect from her parents Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes? The luxury mini homes aren't all. Suri's wardrobe is nicer and costs more than some people's homes. Valued at over $3 million, it's safe to say budgeting was not her first word. Whether it's throwing tantrums and scratching nannies, or having a wardrobe with more designer labels than the average adult, these famous parents either can't control their kids, or they simply don't want to. How out of control do you think these celeb kids are becoming? Leave us a comment below and be sure to subscribe to The Thing Celebrity for more updates on your favorite celebs.